Girl whispers. 3 words to bus driver minutes later. FBI locks down the school. Before starting the story, please like this video. And don't forget, subscribe the channel. Let's start. Megan Carter was just an ordinary 10-year-old girl with curly brown hair and a love for books. She loved riding the yellow school bus every morning, sitting in her favorite seat by the window and watching the trees whiz by. But today was different. Megan felt something strange as soon as she stepped on the bus. There was a man sitting in the back row. He wasn't a student, and he wasn't wearing a uniform like Mr. Charlie, the bus driver. He had a long coat, dark sunglasses, and a backpack on his lap. Megan's heart began to race. She slid into her seat, but instead of looking out the window, she kept glancing at the man. He didn't talk to anyone. He didn't smile. He just sat there gripping his backpack tightly. When the bus pulled up to her school, Megan made a quick decision. As the kids began to file off the bus, she leaned forward and whispered 3 words into Mr. Charlie's ear. "He has wires." Mr. Charlie's face went pale, but he nodded quickly. "Go inside with the others," he whispered back. Megan hurried off the bus, her heart pounding like a drum. Minutes later, sirens blared. Police cars, ambulances, and black SUVs with tinted windows surrounded the school. Teachers ushered students into classrooms and locked the doors. The loudspeaker announced, "This is a lockdown. Everyone stay calm." From her classroom window, Megan saw agents wearing jackets with big yellow letters, FBI. They were surrounding the bus and talking to Mr. Charlie. "What's happening?" whispered Megan's best friend, Lily. Megan didn't know how to answer. She didn't even know if she had done the right thing. But something told her that those 3 whispered words might have just saved everyone. The classroom buzzed with whispers as the kids tried to figure out what was going on. Megan sat quietly at her desk, staring out the window. She could see the FBI agents moving quickly around the bus. One of them had a small robot on wheels that rolled up the bus steps. "Megan," Lily whispered, leaning closer, "do you think it's that guy? The one in the back of the bus?" Megan swallowed hard. "I think so. He had a backpack, and I saw something shiny. It looked like wires." Lily's eyes widened. "Wires? Like a bomb?" "I don't know," Megan said, her voice trembling. But it didn't feel right. Outside, the robot came back down the steps of the bus, and an agent bent down to look at it. A few seconds later, the man in the long coat was led off the bus in handcuffs. He was talking fast, but no one could hear what he was saying. "Megan Carter, please come to the principal's office." The loudspeaker suddenly blared. The whole class went silent. Lily's jaw dropped. Megan's heart sank. "Uh-oh," Lily whispered. "Are you in trouble?" "I don't know," Megan said, slowly standing up. Her legs felt like jelly as she walked out of the classroom and down the quiet hallways. When she got to the principal's office, there were 2 FBI agents waiting for her. One was a tall woman with a kind smile. The other was a man with sharp eyes and a notebook in his hand. "Hi, Megan," the woman said gently. "I'm Agent Sanders, and this is Agent Blake. We need to talk to you about what you saw on the bus this morning." Megan nodded nervously. Did I do something wrong?" "Not at all," Agent Sanders said, kneeling so she was at eye level with Megan. "You did something very brave, but we need your help to understand what happened." Megan sat down in the chair they offered her. She told them everything she remembered: the man, the backpack, and the shiny wires she saw when he adjusted it. The agents exchanged a glance. "You did the right thing, Megan," Agent Blake said. "Because of you, we were able to stop something very dangerous." "But who was he?" Megan asked. Agent Sanders hesitated. "We're still figuring that out, but we think he's part of something bigger, something we need to stop before it's too late." Megan's stomach dropped. She thought it was over, but it sounded like it was just the beginning. Megan's mind swirled with questions as she walked back to class. She couldn't shake the feeling that things were far from over. By the time lunch rolled around, the entire school was buzzing with rumors. Some kids said the man on the bus was a spy. Others claimed he was an escaped criminal. Megan kept quiet, but inside, she felt like the world had shifted. As she sat in the cafeteria with her best friends, Lily and Max, they leaned in close. "Okay, spill," Max said, pushing his glasses up his nose. "You know something, don't you?" Megan hesitated. Max was the kind of kid who read a lot of detective books, and he loved solving mysteries. I told the bus driver about the guy," she whispered. Lily and Max's eyes widened. "What?" they both said at the same time. "I saw wires in his backpack," Megan said quietly. "I thought it was weird, so I told Mr. Charlie. Then all of this happened." Max's face lit up. "Megan, you're a hero! You stopped a bad guy!" "I don't know," Megan said, shaking her head. "The FBI said he might be part of something bigger. What if they didn't catch everyone?" Lily and Max exchanged a nervous glance. Before they could say anything, a voice interrupted. "You three look suspicious." Megan turned to see Hannah, the smartest girl in their grade, standing with her tray. Hannah was known for her science projects and her ability to hack computers, something she wasn't supposed to do but did anyway to impress people. "What are you talking about?" Max asked, crossing his arms. "I've been watching the FBI outside," Hannah said, sitting down. "They're setting up some kind of base in the parking lot. And guess what? My dad's a cop, and he told me they found something in that guy's backpack." "A map?" "A map?" Megan asked, her curiosity sparking. Hannah nodded. But it wasn't just any map. It had the school circled, and other places too. Megan's heart sank. "Other places? Like where?" "I don't know yet," Hannah said, smirking. "But I'll find out." Lily frowned. "How are you going to do that?" Hannah tapped her head. "I have my ways." Before anyone could stop her, Hannah stood and walked toward the door, her tray forgotten. "She's up to something," Max muttered. "Yeah," Megan agreed, biting her lip. "But I think we need her," Lily groaned. "This is going to get us in trouble, isn't it?" "Probably," Max said, grinning, "but it's going to be awesome." Meanwhile, outside the school, the FBI agents were examining the map closely. Agent Sanders pointed to one of the circled locations. "This one's next," she said grimly. "What about the school?" Agent Blake asked. Sanders glanced toward the building. "We're not taking any chances. Keep the team here. We'll need all the help we can get." Megan, Max, and Lily decided to follow Hannah after lunch. They found her sneaking into the library, where she often worked on her secret projects. The group tiptoed in, careful not to alert the librarian, Mrs. Green, who was busy organizing books. Hannah was sitting at one of the computers, her fingers flying across the keyboard. Megan, Max, and Lily crouched behind a shelf nearby, watching her. "What is she doing?" Lily whispered. "Probably hacking into something," Max replied, his voice full of admiration. "Should we stop her?" Megan asked nervously. "Are you kidding?" "This is the most exciting thing that's happened all year," Max said. Just then, Hannah spun around in her chair. "You three are terrible at hiding," she said, smirking. The group sheepishly stepped out from behind the shelf. "What are you doing?" Megan asked. Hannah leaned back in her chair. "I hacked into the school's Wi-Fi to intercept FBI communications." "What?" Lily hissed. "That's illegal." "So is whatever that guy on the bus was planning," Hannah shot back. "If the FBI isn't telling us everything, I'm going to find out myself." Megan hesitated, but then said, "Did you find anything?" Hannah nodded, her expression serious now. "There are 3 other locations circled on the map: the community center, the mall, and the train station. They think whoever that guy was working with might target those places next." Megan's stomach twisted. "But why the school? Why us?" Hannah frowned. "I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out." She turned back to the computer. Suddenly the library door opened, and Mr. Thompson, the vice principal, walked in. "What are you kids doing in here?" he asked, his eyes narrowing. Research project," Max blurted out, quickly pulling a random book off the shelf. Mr. Thompson raised an eyebrow. "During lunch?" "We're a very dedicated student," Hannah said with a fake smile. Mr. Thompson didn't look convinced. Get back to the cafeteria or your classrooms, now." Reluctantly, the group left the library, but Megan's mind was racing. The train station was near her dad's office. The mall was where her mom worked part-time, and the community center was where her little brother had soccer practice. "Guys," Megan said as they walked down the hallway, "what if someone I know is in danger?" Lily put a hand on her shoulder. "We'll figure this out, Megan, together." As they headed back to class, none of them noticed the man in the long coat standing by the school gate, watching them. Megan, Max, Lily, and Hannah spent the rest of the day on edge. Megan couldn't shake the feeling that time was running out. The man in the long coat had been arrested, but it was clear that he wasn't working alone. After school, the group decided to meet at Hannah's house. Her room looked like a command center, with computer monitors, wires, and stacks of notebooks everywhere. "I've been digging," Hannah said, pulling up a map on her screen. "The FBI's monitoring all 3 locations. But there's one problem, the train station." "What about it?" Max asked, leaning closer. "There's an old maintenance tunnel under the station," Hannah explained. "It's not on any public maps, but I found it in a construction blueprint. If someone wanted to sneak something dangerous in, that's how they'd do it." Megan's heart sank. Her dad's office was just a block from the train station. "We have to tell the FBI," she said. Hannah shook her head. "They won't listen to a bunch of kids, but I sent an anonymous tip. We'll see if they act on it." That night, Megan couldn't sleep. What if the FBI didn't get there in time? What if someone got hurt? She tossed and turned until her mom came in to check on her. "Megan, what's wrong?" her mom asked. Megan hesitated, but decided to tell the truth. "Mom, something's going on at the train station. I think it's dangerous." Her mom frowned but didn't dismiss her. "Why do you think that?" Megan explained everything, the man on the bus, the map, and Hannah's discovery. To her surprise, her mom took her seriously. "I'm calling your dad," her mom said, grabbing her phone. "He needs to know to stay safe." The next morning, Megan woke to good news. The FBI had found a hidden device in the train station tunnel. Thanks to Hannah's tip, they were able to stop it before anyone got hurt. At school, the group was hailed as heroes, though no one knew the full story except them. Even Mr. Thompson gave them a rare smile. That afternoon, Agent Sanders visited the school to speak to Megan and her friends. "You kids did something remarkable," she said. "You noticed something wrong and you acted. That's not easy to do." Megan felt a swell of pride but also a wave of relief. The danger was over. As the group walked home together, Max said, "Well, that was the craziest week ever." "Yeah," Lily agreed, "but we made a pretty good team." "Agreed," Hannah said, smirking. "But next time, maybe let me know before you drag me into a life-threatening adventure." Megan laughed, but her heart felt lighter. They had stopped something terrible, and they had done it together. Moral of the story. The story teaches us the importance of paying attention to our surroundings and speaking up when something feels wrong. It also reminds us that teamwork, bravery, and trusting your instincts can make a big difference, even in the most dangerous situations.